My next guest is Chef Jonathan Grahm, a chocolatier, and a young one at that.
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what does it take to become the youngest chocolatier? Don't say you got to be young.
I was going to say that. You got to be young and you got to make chocolate. So I'm not going to last that long.
How old a guy are you?
I just turned 28. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
28 years old. And how long have you been making and working with chocolate and things
I've been working with chocolate since I was 14, and I started off as a quote-unquote chocolatier when I was 21, so I've been the youngest chocolatier now for a while, so I'm sure somebody's coming up under to steal my title.
Oh, do you get eyeballed, side-eyed from guys that are like, I'm coming for you. What are you going to do about it?
I get scared when kids come in my store and say they want to be me, and they look at me, and I'm like, oh, crap, they're
going to take you down. Yeah. They're going to take you down, dethrone you from your title. I'm amazed by chocolate for many different reasons. One, chocolate is amazing. There are actual chemical reactions that happen physiologically to a human being when they have chocolate. Absolutely. I don't trust people that don't like chocolate. I question them.
I totally agree. And, I see it on their faces. I see it in their reactions when people walk into my store, Compartes in Brentwood. They come in and they eat the chocolate, and I literally can see it making them happy. It brings out this euphoric sense. I say chocolate is the ultimate high.
And the great thing is it's legal to drive on it.
That's right. Yeah. That's why it's the ultimate high.
Just don't, get messy in the steering wheel. It's a problem.
Yeah, don't let it melt on you.
Also, something that you don't think about. Cooking is wonderfully fun if you're good at it and if you're bad at it. It's just fun to do. But what people don't think about when it comes to baking or when it comes to chocolate and candy making, it's science, hands down.
You know what you're talking about. I say that all the time. I tell people when I try to explain my job that a lot of making chocolate is about temperatures. And if a certain, sugar and butter don't reach the right degrees, they don't mix together by 1 degree. If it's off, the whole concoction is done. So I didn't go to any culinary school or study chocolate making. I did everything on site. So it was a lot of trial and error for me. So I did mess up a lot and learn. And I feel like I learn more all the time.
The only wonderful thing, and I dabble in some candy making during the holidays or what have you, like most people, is when they're going to try and experiment with those things. When it comes to chocolate, the automatic response is, okay, you heat it up and it will melt, and you leave it alone, and it will harden again. But those temperatures, as you say, it's fascinating to see how it reacts, how the sugars separate or the oils separate or the way it breaks down. Or nothing scarier than seeing chocolate seize. Water gets in there, and it becomes some weird grainy substance that you've never recognized before.
Yeah.
So when you say trial and error, and you started at such a young age, the process. How did you get over those hurdles where you say, I still want to do this and not let it defeat you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I certainly have had a lot of moments when I thought, hey, oh my God, maybe this is not what I'm cut out for. This is not the career for me. But I love chocolate, and I'm really passionate about what I do. So a lot of times I would go home and feel defeated, but I would try to wake up every day and think, okay, what did I do wrong? Google is my best friend. So I think in this age we have so much information at our fingertips. So I would just look up a lot of things to find out what I did wrong or right, and hone my craft continually. So now I'm really good at it. So if you don't want to make chocolate at home, you could come to Compartes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's as fun as it is to make, really there's something extra special about seeing it done right. And that is inspiring in itself. Otherwise, people wouldn't be trying to do it at home like myself.
Right.
They're doing it because of the inspiration you get when you go out to a real chocolatier and see their fairs. Now, as far as combinations, I know that there's, like any sort of food, there's an ebb and flow of different taste profiles and flavors that are coming into vogue. There was a lot of adding heat to chocolate, adding salt, things like that. Where are we at right now? Do you see anything on the future or thing that's coming up?
So, the heat in chocolate became really popular lately, but that was dating back to the ancient Aztecs and Mayans that used to use chocolate and spices.
All right, Aztecs!
Yeah, for medicinal purposes, really. And chocolate wasn't even a sweet back then. It was more of a savory. And I definitely like chocolate with heat, and I like chocolate with salt. My first recipe I made when I was 19 or 18. It was called Love Nuts. It's hand-roasted nuts caramelized with vanilla beans, sea salt, chocolate, and cocoa powder.
That was my nickname in high school, actually. Strangely enough. That's odd. Well, that's really wonderful, though.
That was my first creation like 10 years ago when chocolate and salt was a no-no. I've always been doing it. So I see chocolate continually evolving. I think anything tastes better with chocolate. I feel like if you dipped broccoli in chocolate, it would make broccoli taste better. So there's certain lines that I won't cross. Like I won't do bacon.
Please don't cross that one.
Yeah. And I won't do bacon and chocolate. I know it's trendy and whatever, but I think it's done to death. And, certain cheeses with chocolate. I think chocolate is a sweet. Like, in our minds, we want it to be sweet and delicious, and we go to that nostalgic place.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of sweet and savory. I'm a big fan of the combination of bacon and salt, although I agree wholeheartedly it is incredibly played out. But I feel if you like something, then who gives a rodent's backside as to whether that is played out. However, you mentioned the Aztecs, you mentioned the Mayans. You say that it was savory. Chocolate was originally used in a savory form, but also in a liquid form. That one of the first uses of chocolate was as a beverage.
Yeah.
Have you messed around with that? Do you play around? Do you have that in the shop as well?
Yeah. We have this thing. We call it our elixir de la vie, which is like our life elixir, which is this blend of chocolate. We sell it in a tin. We don't even label it. It's a chocolate mix that you can make at home, and it's got a bunch of different grated chocolate, and then you just mix it with milk. And then during the holidays, we serve several versions, including a spicy version. But when it's hot out like this, I don't make any hot chocolate at the store.
although there's arguments about that. With it, people argue you go to India, and they serve you hot tea on the hottest of days.
That's true.
But in California, we go, huh?
Yeah, it makes us uncomfortable.
Yeah, a lot of things make us uncomfortable.
That's very true.
In Los Angeles. So if somebody is taking the time, you're in Brentwood.
Yeah, we're in Brentwood on Barrington Avenue.
Excellent.
We're at www.compartes.com. That's COMPARTES. And I'm at Compartes on Twitter as well. And we ship all over the country. We just opened 7 shops in Tokyo, Japan.
Wow,
and
congratulations.
I'm planning to expand, and, it's taken me a long time to hone my craft, and now I just want to bring really amazing chocolate to everybody out there.
Okay, so walking off the street, first time, or we're going online, what would you suggest people try?
I think definitely our truffles. They're called Jonathan Signature Truffles. There's over 200 different varieties. It's all made with organic ingredients and seasonal, and it changes all the time. Exotic combinations. We have beer, sangria, spicy, pineapple habanero, sea salt caramel. I mean, we have anything you could think of in chocolate. We also do custom, too. So you can put any design you want on them and customize your own flavor. So.
Okay, and one question about your freakish, complete, healthy fitness being a chocolatier. What do? Do you run to work every day?
You mean because I'm slim?
Yeah.
Chocolate.
I don't own a chocolate shop, and I'm massive. How do you get to the point of being in shape and thin and own a chocolate shop?
You know what?
It makes me want to hurt you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Oh God, I got to run the other way. You know what? Chocolate gets a bad rap. It's because of like Snickers and M&Ms and all these things that are filled with a bunch of CRAP and preservatives.
So carry the eye.
Okay. And extras. And, milk chocolate. I mean, my specialty is dark chocolate. And dark chocolate
is very healthy for you.
Really healthy. It has more anti-aging antioxidants than green tea, red wine. The LA Times recommends you eat 4 ounces a day. So I'm a walking testament that dark chocolate is healthy. I should be like the poster boy if there was some campaign. I eat chocolate all day long.
Oscar, we're getting on it. We're putting him on. He's going to be the poster boy for it. Jonathan Grahm, chocolatier. It's like Mouseketeer except without the ears and with chocolate. I appreciate you taking the time to come by and say hello on the Fork Report. It is the Fork Report. I'm Neil Saavedra on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.